This is my little 1x2, and it might not look like much to you, but for me, this base and multiple others scattered around the island map have helped me survive the last 24 hours on an official PvP isolated server as a solo player, which is the hardest playstyle to play on Ark, especially when the rates are even down lower. Now, if you haven't seen the last video, let me catch you up. We set up multiple bases across the map to store all of our loot in the hopes of building a massive base and surviving in it on my own. But we were met with setbacks, some raids which gave us some boosts, and a lot of loss in the last episode. But finally, we ended off on a raid with turrets, and that's exactly where we dropped right back into. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and 2k likes, and I'll get the next one out in 2 days. I'll see you all soon. Are you tired of constantly being set back like me in this video and the last one, and you're just fed up of grinding on official? Well, Alpha Clash Duos might be the perfect server for you, and they're wiping Friday the 13th of June. Not only do they have a custom Blur Catacombs base spot, but they also have all maps, custom farming, no lag or rubber banding, loads of PvP, and a bunch of helpful things as well, such as 200 unique custom caves so everyone can get a base spot. They also have Lava Golem, they'll have Ragnarok on launch, and they also offer cash prizes. If you're interested, check out Alpha Clash down below, and thank you Alpha for the sponsor. Yeah. Definitely run this, I think. My legs are 97. Hold him back. Can hit him from here too. He has no bags. What? You're not dead? How's that guy not dead? Yeah, that's some nice loot. Okay, that's some nice loot. I'm really gonna have to play around doing this. Back. Make a metal shield? Yeah. What can I make in here? Lighten the load I got. How are they still on? They are. They're on from in here. Goes down. Where's this guy? Wait, is he stuck behind? Oh, now I'm stuck. I blew up us both. No, they see me. I'm stuck here too. As I laid there, dead on the floor, regretting all of my actions, I sat there and thought, why did I even pull the trigger and try and blow the C4? My thought process in the moment was I would kill the guy and also the other player riding the RG, in turn killing us all, and I could get back to the base quick enough. Since my little box was only around the corner, it'd only take me around a minute and a half to get back there, so as long as they didn't have any spawns closer than me, the loot would be mine for the taking. All I gotta do is pray this guy not have any beds. And then we're good. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of arrows. Actually, wait. I don't have ammo to make. Like, do I? Okay, never mind. I guess I'm running. Bro, how's this one turret still up? Never mind, he got back here. How did he get back there, bro? How? So, I had been bamboozled in a sense. These guys had bags somewhere and managed to get back to the base before me, and failing that raid actually set me back massively. So, I went back and returned to the box that I had down in the west side of the map. And I would end up grabbing a bunch of stuff and transferring it up to my other box that was close to that raid we just did. I also saw this floating Alpha Carno stuck in a tree, which is just very ASA core. I thought I would include it because I've never seen it before. And when I got back, I'll be back to making more nades, as I had a neighbor that built literally next door to me. And if he found my base, the chance of me getting raided were basically 100%. Bro, I needed something big here. I mean, metal's not too bad. No bodies. Not what I needed. I needed a lot of resources from this. I got nothing. But we'll take the metal anyway. So the raid wasn't exactly the most profitable thing, but it did give me metal, which is kind of a nuisance to farm as a solo without an RG, and that's what set up my next plan. As I realised that metal was becoming harder and harder to get, I would craft up a bunch of metal structures to see what I could use, and then I would make a plan, and that was to head to the redwoods and grab myself an RG of any type of level, mainly because I needed to farm a bunch to move base. I knew it would happen. I knew someone would get me. It was only a matter of time, to be honest. Well, now this one's gone. Go check my other base. Let's see if that one got raided too. Kinda crazy, I know. In the little bit of downtime I had, my main box had been raided, so I would return to the other one. How did this one survive, but the other one didn't? Crazy. Alright, smart that I left my stuff some... well, left myself some stuff here. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. Right, I need to get back over to that little area with this little guy. A shovel. I don't have any... well, I can make some paste, actually. Never mind. Alright, let's make some cementing paste, and let's go back to my little secret. See, before logging off and taking a break, I would use something called the OP, as I say, and that is just literally shovels and treasure chests. Now, here's the thing, these things are extremely cheap to make, and they can store quite a lot of stuff, so before I logged off, I'd stack all my paste, all my valuables, and the auto turrets in there, and make sure that I just couldn't lose them. And then, as soon as I was given the treasure map, I'll drop it on the floor and let it despawn. Kind of like hard in a way, I guess, because if I forget where the spot is, the treasure will just stay there until it despawns, I guess. But I didn't. I remembered exactly where it was, and all of my goodies were safe, meaning that even though my base had been raided, I still had a chance to build. And then I would head to the redwoods for the RG, in which I would get absolutely gangbanged by a bunch of Trudons. Yeah. This game, solo is not treating me good these last couple of days, I can't lie. First we have the Carnos are up, and now we've got these guys. I hate this game with a passion. And Trudons need to be deleted off the planet Earth. Oh my god. But it it wasn't a matter, as I would swim back as my base was relatively close. And when I was swimming back, I'd also see this little boat that had pteranodons and a bunch of stuff inside it, so that could be a potential raid later on. But I knocked out this level 40 RG quite easily, would kill this baby raptor and drag it over to the RG so I could use it for prime meat, and then I would just sit and admire the sun, as to be honest, ASA is a very gorgeous game. It has its issues for sure, but it looks very nice. And whilst I camped out this RG, I would protect it for any nearby dinos, and eventually the bad boy would tame. And now we could farm metal and fly across the map so much easier. This was huge. Nice, it's finally tamed. Jesus. Took a little bit for a level 40, but I'm happy. I'm just going to chill out and wait for this meat to cook, and then we'll go. With the RG tame, the first thing on my list was heading to the snow, mainly because it was one of the furthest points on the map from me. And not only that, but I really needed to grab some electronics and polymer so I could make some more auto turrets. So I would begin mass killing all of the baby penguins and big quip penguins alike, and then after that I would also grab some silica pearls in the water. I really needed to grab an angler, but for now it was too much on my plate as I just needed to farm and get my base to metal ASAP. You're probably wondering why I randomly just spawned in at this side of the map though, and that's mainly because after the Unreal Engine 5.5 update dropped, my game kept crashing, and as I was doing my polymer run and silica pearl run, I crashed and just spawned back on the other side of the map. Seem to be okay for now. So just turn off all my settings and let's try and go back to where my body was. Oh, finally made it back to my RG. I wonder if I'm going to be able to find my body, or has it sunk all the way to the bottom of the ocean? Okay, there's a body bag over there actually. Please don't crash again. Please don't crash again. Please, I really beg game. Just please. Oh my god, I got it back. This is crazy, bro. I need to get out of the snow ASAP before I crash again. This seems to be the worst crashing spot in the map, so get away from here. Go on, RG. With crashes still very prevalent in the game at the moment, I'd have to be careful. So I would place some sleeping bags wherever it would go, and then I'd get back to farming silica pearl and also grabbing some oil as well. That's another crash. I think it might be time to chill for the day and store this stuff because this is not working. Playing solo on official as hard as it is, on top of the new Unreal Engine 5.5 crashes, I was really down in my mood at the moment, as everything was just going wrong. This boat hadn't been raided when I walked past it earlier. Yeah, look, the preserving bin's still on. Right. I need to kind of position my RG so I can hop back on it. This must have just been raided. Oh, okay. 42 armor stego saddle. Loads of chitin. Oh wait, it's 100% just been raided. There's no way I've just caught this. Actually, this is good for me, this is good for me. And then my game crashes. Alright, if I load in and I'm dead, I swear to God, bro. Nope. Nope. All seems to be well for the minute. Okay, well, I probably don't have long till I crash again, so, get all my settings back to normal and get looting. One more crash later and I was back in the server and transferring all the loot into my RG. I really couldn't wait any longer, but I did want to check this guy's pteranodon as it was a bit suspicious that it was just left there. Sadly, it didn't have anything, but it was a free pteranodon saddle, so I wasn't complaining. I'd get back to base as soon as possible and start depositing as much of my stuff as I could. I really didn't want to play at this point since the game was crashing every 5 to 10 minutes and I just needed a little bit of a mental reset. Okay, considering I'm crashing so much today, I think I'm gonna go clean out the rest of the resources I have on me, so make a bunch of grenades and stuff, go raid some bases, and I'm gonna tuck my RG away for the night and just hope to God that Wildcard release a patch to fix this crashing issue. Because my God, I have a 4090 and what was it? like i9 13900K or something, and yeah, I'm crashing like it's no tomorrow. This is so bad. Just before logging off, I would do this one last metal run, make a bunch of grenades, and then go and scout for some bases that I knew were there, but weren't sure if they were raided. And as I was going to scout one of the base spots, I saw an RG flying in the direction I was heading, so I would follow him, thinking I was stealth, when in reality, there was two of them fighting as it was, so I'd have to make a choice. That three guys fighting on an RG? Oh, he's going for me now. I don't have the stamina to fight this. I was severely outmatched here. My level 80 RG had asthma, and it could barely move as it was, so trying to take this weight monkey over to fight this guy was stupid. I would try and land it far away from him, but he was hunting me down. I could not run. That's down. Just as I ran out of stam, I hopped off, dodging the RG grab, but he was still on my tail, so I would have to kite him and try and wait for the RG to get stamina back. That way, I could hop on and try and fight him, and as I returned to the RG and hopped on, he got me. Crazy. After quite possibly the worst day in my solo journey, I took the entire rest of that day off, and when I would return, I was more motivated than ever. First off, it was time to get a Pteranodon, as I couldn't PvP on foot anymore or rely on asthmatic RGs. Lucky for me, I found an Ovis nearby, which very much helped, as now I could tame an RG and a Pteranodon as well that could both be higher level, as long as the meat didn't spoil before then. Don't know why I saw meat. But anyway, I farmed this guy up, kept the fur, kept all the hide as they would be useful for later on, and then I would tame this Pteranodon. I did end up feeding him one meat first though, which was kind of dumb. With the Pteranodon done, it was now time to go try and find an RG. And whilst I was travelling and looking around the map, I'd come across this little stone base with a Thyla on it and a couple other tames outside. Now I had a sign at the front saying they were new and don't raid them, so I didn't. But I would go out anyway and look to tame an RG as I really needed a metal run. I set up the trap, and then as I flew next to the trap, I got beamed out the sky by some turrets. I'm not joking. Look, they were hidden behind that tree, and I lost everything instantly. I'm not even an hour into playing again. But I did end up finding this little 2x1, which had someone online in, so that could be a raid for later on too. Nah, you think I'm actually going to wait after losing everything yet again? Nah. I needed some loot, bad, or something that could just bump my morale up, as logging on and dying instantly to a random base in the bushes absolutely destroyed me. And finally, I got in, and here's what we got. It didn't really contain much, but what it did give me was some new taming stuff, a bunch of metal, and some tranks as well. I got swarmed by bees as I slowly walked this loot back to base too, which absolutely sucked, and I ended up dropping the stego saddle just so I could run and not die and get absolutely tilted again. But anyway, I'll drop all this loot back at base, and once I had dropped it, I found yet another stone base near me. This one was weird though, as they had loads of tames outside, it looked pretty fresh, and they also had a fabricator in there. So this guy was clearly a lot higher tier than I was, and this loot could potentially save my wipe on official, as for the last 24 hours, it has been absolutely terrible. This guy's stacked. You have a fabricator up there? The secret doorway. Okay, I needed this raid so bad after today. Wait. This guy raided my base originally. This was my cloth hat and my cake. And that's the parasol egg I got out of the first video. Wait a sec. Oh my god. He is absolutely loaded. I think it's safe to say I need to kill this guy. His tame's unaggressive. I wonder. No, they're not. Okay, that's good. Alright, let me get this guy down and get his bed destroyed. This guy actually raided me. That's crazy. Okay. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because if he decides to come back, he knows where I live. So I definitely need to move everything again. I planned on doing that today anyway, especially now I have all this metal. But I definitely need to move this all, and I don't know how because I don't have any weight. I wonder if he has a fabricator above me as well. That's the most interesting thing. If there's a fabby up above, we're set. I don't know how I'm gonna blow that. Maybe by... Oh, that went in. Maybe if I just lob all three and we'll see what happens. Nope, but I did a boo-boo. Alright, well that's broken now. Yeah, this is definitely all my stuff, by the way. Bro absolutely robbed me blind. Through an absolute stroke of luck, I had found the guy who raided me, and I had reclaimed all of the loot back that I had lost. This was huge, and gave me some motivation to actually play, as for the last God knows how long, I had just been losing. Alright, having 22 minutes to move everything is not the best, as I don't have any tames or anything on me still. What I can do is just use this forge and everything that's here. Well, not forge. Mortar and pestle and chest, and just keep everything safe until I can transfer it. And then once I'm back, we'll drop what's above and see what's up there. I hope to God it's a fabricator. I really do. That'd make my day. Retake some of these tools and crystal as well. Just nearby this raid as well, I'd knock out a 145 iguanodon so I could transfer the loot easier. Bro, this iguanodon's gonna wake up, and there's two theories sitting on top of him. Come here. Run away. Oh my God, this thing's so stupid! Run! Oh, he's gonna die, isn't he? I hate this game so much. Oh, run, 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 big iguanodon, run! What's he doing? Is he running? Or is he dead? Oh my God, he is running. Run! Oh my God, this thing's so stupid. Run, 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 come here. Do I have saddle on me? Where's it gone? Oh, it's here. Oh my God. Ah, this game. Oh my God, and he had a heart attack. If this had died, GG. GG from me, honestly. I retire. Alright, all that matters is he survived. Alright, let's drop this last foundy. Gonna drop the boxes, but oh well, I'm not too fussed. I have the iguanodon now. Nice. Was there a fabricator? I think there was. That looks like a fabricator like wreckage to me. Where's the bag for it? Hello? In the sky. Was there even... Am I missing one? I don't think I am. I don't think there's anything in it. Oh well. After finally getting a taste of glory and not losing so much, I managed to transfer all the loot back to my base, and now it was finally time to start moving. But first, I would need to farm a whole bunch more, as I at least wanted 4 auto turrets on my base that I was going to make before I would consider it, so I would need 3 more. I went and farmed a bunch of poly, got some more mutton, and then went back to base and placed a fabricator. I would need to turn all of the silicas into electronics first, and with all the metal that I just got back from that raid, it wasn't enough, so I would need to go do another metal run, in which wasn't too bad, as the metal mountain was only a couple minutes of an iguanodon run away from me. And once I had farmed literally every metal node I possibly could nearby, I'd return back to base, and not only, well, smelt metal, I would get onto doing spark powder as well, as we would need some ammo to fill these turrets up with first. I basically have everything prefabbed. I've got the entire box done. Check. So that's loads of foundations, walls, and ceilings. I have 4 auto turrets made. Nice. I have some ARB, like 50 bullets a turret, but not much other than that. And we also have the Jenny and the gasoline and the fabricator too. So I think that's everything done. And now we have a bit of an issue, which is moving to where I want to build. Yeah, it's going to be tough. If I lose everything here, it could be the end of this solo journey unofficial. I've had to rebuild one too many times. After possibly an hour or two of just grinding metal, poly, electronics, and waiting for resources to craft and smelt, everything was finally done. And I could start looking at moving my base and finally setting up an actual point where I could start breeding, raising, and also doing more. As I ran past the massive castle base we've sat there and seen many days over, I would think, what would be next for us? Where would we go? I would go look in the redwoods and check a couple of base spots I was kind of interested in, but none of them were open for now. I would stumble across quite a few raids though, which was quite weird. Mainly this one, which was in a waterfall, absolutely surrounded by plant species and auto turrets. This could be a raid for later on, but for now we had nothing to do it with, so I'd kind of have to just ignore it. And when I would return back to my base, someone was there. And not only that, he'd also seen me dig up my treasure. I'd managed to bowler his Pteranodon and then bowler him as well, but he had a Fabby. I would have to be careful. With the torch my only weapon at the moment, I was shocked. One Fabby bullet broke my gear, and not only that, the follow-up bullet killed me instantly. This was bad. That's not good. Someone's here. I think he just blew up my base. There's no way this has just happened. There's no way. I'd spawn in on the sleeping bag next to the base, as I thought being up high he wouldn't notice me, but he did. He knew I was here, and he killed me straight away. I had no bags nearby now, and I'd have to run all the way back. He's broken all of my beds, so I think he has blown into my base. I still can't spawn in. I've got a long timer. I've got another minute left to go. But yeah, I can spawn in this bag on the redwood and hike back, and hopefully I can grab my shovel and try and get out of all my loot. I'm pretty sure he saw me as I was burying everything. So I have no idea, to be honest, what I'm going to be left with now. Kind of crazy that this happens just as I'm about to move. I killed my Iguanodon and seems to have killed all my stuff too. Well, broke it all. I'm gonna make the trip back real quick and see. This always happens. This is just Ark. He's literally digging around for my chest. This guy could have been watching me for ages, and when he finally did jump me, I had a shovel on me, so he knew I had my treasure buried around. He would run around the area consistently digging, trying to find my loot, and not only that, but just at the top of the hill, he had already found my 2 boxes, so he had already got hold of all of my paste and my auto turrets too. At this point, I was really doubting my chances at even surviving. He had blown my whole base up, killed my Iguanodon, and took all my farm. This guy's a lunatic. I think he has one of the maps, and that's how he's looking. I'm gonna have to try and make a torch or something. Right, I got 2 torches crafting. he found one of them. I see it. And just like this one commenter pointed out to me, you only really survive on official servers if the bigger tribes want you to. And this guy was clearly a part of the bigger tribes being level 105, and he had no intentions on me surviving. He killed me, took all my stuff, and put me at a complete halt. It was over. Or is it? If you guys want this series to continue, I will continue it, and I will continue grinding and playing. But if you want me to return back to ASC or do other things, let me know. Official has been stressful, it's awful, and the people on it are just as toxic as ever. But I had a lot of fun filming this. So, if you guys want more, comment Scooby down below, and I'll take that as your vote for me to continue this. If not, ASC returns soon. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon.